lacking confidence because of self-consciousness. You think you don't look the right way, the way you should do. Other people look better than you, they're achieving more. You're a bit of a screw up. Welcome aboard. Notice something a little bit different about me? Yes, I've got no front teeth. I got punched about 17 years ago and both my teeth came out. I put them back in. I had some dental work, but they finally decayed enough last year for me to do something about it. The last few days I've had a bit of a problem, so I haven't been able to put any temporary teeth in. And I was just thinking about this in terms of how it's affected my confidence and my mindset. Certainly in the past, I'm sure that many of you watching will recognize this, that I probably spent far too much of my time thinking about the way I looked, assuming that if I looked in a different way or tried to aim for perfection, then it was going to lead to great success in my life. But now in my 50s, I realize actually that the way I see myself is very much a reflection of how confident I'm feeling, not exactly what I look like. Now, my understanding of self-consciousness is that it is all to do with our evolutionary process. Basically, if we got rejected in the old days, then the chances are we weren't going to survive. So we had to be conscious of ourselves, how we were coming across to be attractive to the group so that we weren't rejected. Self-consciousness comes from a very basic operating system, from our limbic system, our amygdala, which is all to do with basic emotions. But we also have an incredibly sophisticated part of our brain, which is the neocortex up the front here, our executive brain that adds in some intelligence, some real nuance, some flesh to the bones, as it were. And I've made the decision not to isolate myself, which is very common when we feel self-conscious about something. Well, let's just hide away, or let's pretend it's not happening and just cover it up one way or another. Now, what I've noticed in the last few days is that people respond in different ways. So some people say, oh my gosh, what's happened to your teeth? Are you okay? And that's been very easy because they've approached the subject with emotional intelligence, get the elephant out of the room, as it were. Other people have kind of looked at me a bit kind of, oh, this is all a bit embarrassing, what do I say? And it's been an uncomfortable situation for them. Yesterday was a great example because I was singing and playing the guitar in an old people's home with a friend of mine called Mike. And Mike dealt with it absolutely brilliantly because he just opened up the session with all the lovely old people there by making fun of me, taking the piss out of me. And it lightened the mood immediately, made me feel much better and made everybody else feel comfortable too. When we recognize we're being overly self-conscious and that we're holding ourselves back, that we're isolating ourselves not only from the people around us, from ourselves, by pretending, putting on a good show, or just completely ignoring the situation, it can be incredibly destructive. So how do you deal with that self-consciousness that inevitably causes so much negative feeling in yourself and probably other people, and that stops you achieving all those incredible things in life? Well, let me know in that box below. And until the next video, until we meet again, I wish you all the very best, and please remember to keep it in the greens.